The former U.S. National Security Advisor Michael Flynn has pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI over his links to the then Russian ambassador to the U.S. For the latest details, we can now cross live to Caleb Morpin to find out more. Good to see you, Caleb. Now, Flynn has now admitted to lying to federal agents. What else do we know about this story?
Well, Michael Flynn has pled guilty. He's pled guilty to lying to the FBI. And at this point, he is going to face, according to the plea deal that he made with the prosecution, between 0 and 6 months in prison, as well as a possible $9,500 fine. Now, at this point, the press is in an uproar. However, we've heard from the White House, and the White House points out that no one other than Flynn is implicated by this guilty plea. This guilty plea only implicates Flynn for misleading the FBI in their investigation and when they were investigating him related to his alleged ties to Russia and all kinds of issues. Now, at this point, it's important to look back and remember why Michael Flynn stepped down to begin with. Michael Flynn stepped down after he had made contradictory and misleading statements to Vice President Mike Pence. At that point, he stepped down after it became clear that the statements he had made to Mike Pence were contradictory and misleading. So at this point, we're not really seeing anything come forth. At this point, there's been an investigation into alleged collusion between Donald Trump and Russia. It's been almost a year since the U.S. presidential election, and this vast plot the mainstream media seems to be looking for, that's somehow involving the Trump administration and the government of Russia all colluding together, it just doesn't seem to come into being. We've got a few indictments of different individuals for misleading federal officials or making false statements, but at this point we don't have anything seeming to connect the mainstream media account, this talk of some kind of vast plot, to reality. So at this point, Michael Flynn has pled guilty to misleading federal officials and is awaiting a sentence.
Okay, that's Caleb Morpin. Thanks for the details, Caleb.